Good evening everybody, it's Charlie and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's had a great day so far. You know what time it is, guys, it's the night before the game. It's time for your match preview ahead of Aston Villa against Leeds United tomorrow night, Friday night kickoff, 8 o'clock at Villa Park, Friday the 13th at Villa Park. What could possibly go wrong? Just before I get into it, please smash that like button, please subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Right then, first of all, just before I get into the game itself, obviously, I won't have time, I don't think, in the morning to get a transfer update out. So I'll just give you a brief update now. Obviously, Jorginho, Ruta, everything agreed between the clubs. Fabrizio Romano shared it earlier, as did Phil Hay. He's due to be flying into Leeds tonight to undergo his medical, and it'll probably get announced tomorrow, I would have thought. So yeah, really excited about that signing. Obviously, he won't be eligible for this game, but he should make his debut. He couldn't even make it against Cardiff in the FA Cup, but if not, it'll definitely be against Brentford at home next week. Leo Yelder has also joined Rotherham on a season-long loan, not season-long loan, but until the end of the season. Really big good luck to Leo Yelder. Obviously, the signing of Max Verber's obviously hindered his first team prospects. So, yeah, it'll be a good challenge for him down in the Championship. And that's it. So, let's get into the game then, shall we? Aston Villa against Leeds. I think this is... Could it be make or break for Jesse Marsch? I mean, is under massive pressure at the minute. Let's be real here. I personally, I'm not saying this will happen because it probably won't. If we lose this game, I would be getting rid of Marsch now. I know we said this a little bit ago when Fulham beat us and Leicester beat us, and then we went and beat the Scousers at Anfield. And yeah, the last time his job was on the ropes, we went and beat Liverpool. So you just never know, do you, with Leeds? We'll probably end up going and beating Villa at Villa Park. Now, our record at Villa Park in recent seasons is actually quite good. Obviously, we drew there last season 3-3. The season before that, in the first Premier League season, we beat them 3-0. That famous Patrick Bamford hat-trick. And obviously, I think the season that we played them in the Championship, when they went up, we came back from 2-0 down to beat them 3-2. That Kemar Roof goal. So we have got a good record there. However, I do think Villa at the minute are a different beast under Unai Emery. Yes, they got beat by Stevenage in the FA Cup, but I don't think that's going to really affect matters in this game. I think Emery's got them playing a lot better than what Steven Gerrard did. We played them at Ellen Road earlier on in the season. It was the first game after the Queen passed away, and it was the one where Sinistera was sent off, wasn't it, for the 2 yellow cards. And the game wasn't a great game, I think, because at the time they weren't playing great under Gerrard, and obviously we were definitely not playing great under Jesse Marsch. But I think now, especially at Villa, under Unai Emery, they have been really good of late. There's obviously ways that Leeds United can get at them. I think Tyrone Mings is a really underrated centre-back. Phil Coutinho, the only kind of negative for Leeds is that he always turns up for Leeds United of late. But yeah, Mings, Ashley Young, they can definitely be got at 100%, as can Luca Dean as well if we target that area. But again, I do think offensively we're actually alright. I think we're fairly sound. But at the back we are a shambles. So it'll be very interesting to see how Marsch plays this. Obviously Cooper's said he's fit, so that makes me think Cooper's going to play. And I do think Strauch will still play at left back. So my thinking is that we're going to go with a 4-3-3 of Meslier in net. I think Ayling will start. I think it'll be Ayling, Koch, Cooper, Strauch. I think Max Verber will operate in the central midfield, just in front of the back four. with Tyler Adams on right centre midfield and Mark Rocker on the left centre midfield. And I think the front three will be Willie Nonto, Rodrigo and Brendan Aronson. I think Brendan Aronson will operate from the right. Obviously, Marsch did say as well that Patrick Bamford has been in training and that he'll be in the squad. I had to look twice at my phone when I saw that on Twitter. He is alive. Is he going to get on? Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of scared for him to come on because I think the first touch of the ball he's going to get injured again. And that's why I'm so happy that we've gone out and actually signed a forward. We've gone out and signed someone who I hope is going to play as a number 9. Marsch could maybe change his tactics with the signing of Ruta. You could see him and Rodrigo up front. You could see him in behind Rodrigo in a 4-2-3-1. Who knows? I do think Brendan Aronson needs time out of the team, but I think for this game he will play. But yeah, look, Aston Villa, like I said, under Unai Emery, they have kind of turned things around. I think they're about 5 points clear of us at the minute in 2 places above. If we win, we only go up 1 place to 13th, but it's not really about the league position at the minute. It's about how many... Well, it is, but I mean, in terms of it, it's about how many points away from the bottom 3 we are. Now, Southampton beat Man City in the Cup last night. Now, I know it's a Cup game, but is that going to turn their season around under Nathan Jones? You never know. There's Forest, there's Everton, Wolves. You know, there's some sides down there who are very capable of pulling away from that bottom end. So, don't get me wrong, I would take a draw right now. And that sounds daft, 3 draws in a row, but it's where we're at the minute. And, Marsch does sound frustrated in his press conferences. He looks visibly beaten on the touchline. He's a broken man. And, he's even said that the job is stressful. Yeah, try supporting the club. Try going week in, week out and watching it. Stressful. God, I don't know how he's got the cheek. Simon Jordan said it on TalkSport, and I think he hit the nail on the head, and I shared it on Twitter. Leeds are a good board and a good manager away from being a very good, sustainable Premier League club. We've got all the factors, all the things going into the club to make us a good Premier League club. I'm not saying we'll be finishing top 6 every season, but at least top 10 consistently. We've got the potential, but the board have not been great of late. Yes, obviously we've signed Verba, we're signing a striker, and everyone seems to be some fans online seem to be kind of changing the perspective. I'm not quite there yet. I think a bit more needs to be done for me to be changing my opinion on them. Marsch needs to book his ideas up. Like I said, if we lose this game, in my opinion, I think he's on the ropes, or he should be on the ropes anyway. It was Villa away last season that put Bielsa on the ropes, according to Radrizzani. Could it be the same for Jesse Marsch? That first half performance against Cardiff was a shambles. I hope we at least turn up and take the game to Villa. We do tend to play quite decently away from home so far this season. Kind of better than when we play at Ellen Road, which for me is a worry because you should make your home games a fortress. But yeah, look, I am very nervous for this Villa game. And I'm sorry to say that I am predicting a defeat. I don't know where our next win is coming from. If we go and beat Aston Villa, happy days. I'll be the happiest Leeds fan ever on my post-match tomorrow night if we go and win. It's not that I don't want Leeds to win. Of course I do. I wouldn't, like other content creators have said, we wouldn't do this. I wouldn't have this channel if I wanted Leeds to lose every week. It's not what I want. I want to come on here and I want to be happy about my club. But at the minute, I'm pissed off. And I'm sorry for swearing there, but I am. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated at what I'm seeing and watching at the minute. I do think whoever it is, there's a manager out there that can come in and play to our strengths. We saw in that second half, I know it's Cardiff. I know it's Cardiff. I know it's Cardiff. But in that second half, when we actually went for them and started playing with width, we dominated the game. And again, it's Cardiff, I know. But we dominated. Play to his strengths, play with width, overlapping runs on the wings from the fullbacks, and we'll get some joy. We will. But he doesn't seem to like playing this way. It's all too narrow, and I think Unai Emery will just have him sussed. You know, he's coached Arsenal, he's coached Villarreal, he's coached in some top clubs. He's not an idiot. He'll have watched us and he'll know exactly how to handle it. Well, I hope he doesn't, obviously. But I just think, obviously, he's a much higher level manager, especially in this league, than Jesse Marsch. And I do feel for Jesse Marsch, I do. I feel for him in certain scenarios. But then certain things he says and how he sets the team up, I just think, mate, what are you doing? What are you doing? This, again, apologies that I've not really gone into the tactical side of this preview. I'm just at the point now where I just want us to win. I just need us to win this game. I don't think we will, though. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Aston Villa win. And look, if we beat them, happy days. I'll be so happy if we get this win, because we need it. We need it so badly. But I just can't see it at the minute. I just can't. I can't see where his next points are coming from. And that's the frustrating thing. Like I said, hit me up in the comment section, guys. Do you think Jesse Marsch should go, or should he at least be on thin ice if we lose this game? Please hit that like button if you've managed to enjoy this kind of negative preview, and please subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. And I'll see you tomorrow night after the game for my hopefully happy post-match chat, and I'll see you then. Cheers.